Hey, Johnny Mullet here with another video. After 150,000 miles of trouble-free service, I have a small issue pop up. My clutch has went out. It didn't wear out, something broke. I'm really not going to complain with 150,000 miles and two drivers on a wear out item, but I'm going to try to do a little how-to here. So I'm just going to get right into it. The first thing we got to do is we got to pull the battery out. So the battery's out. I'll just pull them off, pull the battery tray out. The tray down here's got a couple bolts here, one down there. There is a bunch of little wiring harness clips that clip into that flat tray. That's going to come out. Next thing we're going to do is remove this air box to get me some more room down here, and we'll be right back with that. All right, the air box is pretty straightforward. If you have the snorkel, that comes off with a bolt there. There's a bolt here, one in the back. I just popped this bottom hose, popped this hose off. I disconnected the electrical connector. We'll go ahead and get this hose off of here. And pretty straightforward. There's the air box off the system. Now I'm starting to see a lot more. So it looks like I got some linkages down here that I got to take off. Some more linkage down here. Looks like the rear motor mount there. So let me get into this and we'll be right back with some more. Okay, this wasn't exactly fun, but the shift linkage here, this entire bracket I just pulled off the tranny. These here pop right off of this stud and this stud here. A little bit of lube. Pop both of those cables off. Those three bracket bolts, I just pulled the whole bracket and laid it out of the side. Up front here, we got another bracket with some wiring on it. I went ahead and unbolted that right from the transmission there. The shift cable, I went ahead and just unbolted that from here, and I pulled the cotter pin out of the front connection there. So all that stuff is out of the way for now. So looks like if all the bracketry's out of the way, I can go ahead and see if I can get that starter out real quick, and we'll go from there. We're still going here. Okay, the starter wasn't bad at all. There was a heat shield right here. It's just 3 bolts. And then if you come around here, you have your main positive connection and your little tiny wire there that comes off. And then there's 2 bolts that hold the starter in. So the starter kind of sticks a little bit, so you gotta kind of wiggle it. There she's coming. Oh, there we go. Ew. Ew. Yeah, look at that. Something going on in there. Anyway, if you look there, there's also a plate that's got to come out because it's sort of like connected this bracket here, and then it looks like we have this rod thingy here has got to come off. So we'll go ahead and get those out of there and come on back. All right, now we're going to drain this transmission fluid out. That actually doesn't look bad at all. I replaced this transmission fluid at 60,000. We got 150 now. I'm saving it into a jug because when I pull these axles out, we're going to lose fluid. That shit looks good. That is that Redline MTL 75W80GL4 or 75W85. I can't remember. That fluid looks really, really good. So we'll go ahead and get all this fluid drained out and then see what else down here needs attention or removed or replaced. But for now, we gotta pop these ball joints, and we're gonna go ahead and get the axle nuts off and get the axles out of here. So here comes the rest of this fluid. Should be about 2 quarts. Yep, about 2 quarts. There it is. Okay, after you get your axle nut off, and you get your nuts off of your ball joint and you pop the control arm down, this thing here will swing out of the way. The whole thing will swing, and you can pop the axle out. And then on the inside here, you got your axle here and your axle there. You take a pry bar up behind here and give it a good pop, and they usually pop right out. So let me give it a shot here. I don't want to hear anybody bitching about my camera work, all right? I'm doing this to help people, so if you don't like it, I don't have a freaking cameraman. And there's one axle out of the way. And the other one, I already popped it because this one here was kind of tight and fighting me, so I had to give it a couple good tugs on there to get it to pop, but she came out, so there she comes. Of course, we're getting hung up over here. You don't want to pull on the shaft, because if you pull it apart inside here, you're going to be fighting to get it back together. And there she goes. All right, the axle shafts are now out. This plate is gone, a little bracket here. So I got to pull this and make sure everything's disconnected. I mean, I got an oxygen sensor wire there. I got to make sure nothing's going to hang up. Look at that. Yummy. So now that I make sure everything's done down here, I want to go up top and double check everything before I pull them mounts off. Okay, since I'm at the shop, I'm going to use all the tools that I have that I can get this job done easy. You do not need a special motor sling and a lift to do this job. This can be done on jack stands on the ground without any specialty tools. But since I'm using the lift, I wanted to secure the engine here with this engine support. And I went ahead and pulled the motor mount out of the way. So there are 3 bolts here and a big metal plate that bolts onto here. Make sure everything is disconnected. There are so many little wiring connectors and stuff all over. So I went ahead and got the bell housing bolts out of the top of the tranny. There's 3 of them that I could reach from the top, and the rest of this job is going to be done down below. All right, guys. All I had left on the bottom was 3 bell housing bolts here, and over here. It was kind of a pain, but I got them out. Of course, the very last bolt wanted to fight me, but yeah, that's typical. Got a little bit of clutch dust going on in there. Throwout bearing feels okay. And we take a look around here, and there's the old clutch in there. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy ripped out. It looks like it's got these 8mm star bolts. So let's get this thing out of here and see what the hell is going on. All right, guys, we got the clutch out. There's my problem. I knew it was a mechanical failure. I absolutely knew it was a mechanical failure and not a worn out clutch. As you see, there's still some life on the clutch. It's not totally wasted, but yeah, total mechanical failure. And that's the way she goes together there. This vehicle does not have a pilot bearing, just a normal setup. So as you can see, the clutch isn't completely wasted, but it had some life left in it, but not with a mechanical failure like that. Let's go take a look real quick. As you can see here, the pressure plate looks pretty good. I mean, it's smooth. It's not no crazy wear. And we'll go on up to the car here. And the flywheel looks pretty damn good. It's no blue spots or crazy stuff. I'm not going to resurface this flywheel. I'm just going to go ahead and take a roll-lock and scuff it up a little bit. And we're going to put this baby back together. So this is my best how-to I could do for you guys with just being one guy here at the shop and you know, changing my clutch without any help, and no cameraman, so no stunt man, no junk man. It's just me and my phone and my Mirage. So, here's all I'm going to say. Installation is the same as the reversal. So put your new throwout bearing in there, install your new clutch kit, put it all back together the same way you took it apart, and best of luck to you. Like I said, there's no guides or anything online. I couldn't find any guides or how-tos on changing the clutch on a Mirage, but now you have it. Might not be the best video in the world, but hey, at least you got some kind of guidance if you ever have to tackle this job. So thank you all for watching. See you next time.